Hey guys, I want to do a quick tip for Illidan. I see people playing Illidan kind of strangely, and I know this is more of a new player tip. A lot of the older players already know how to do this, but what people don't get is when jungling with Illidan, and as well as just dealing damage in general, his Q actually will lower his DPS. So if you click on Illidan, he does 81 damage per auto attack, and he attacks nearly twice a second, meaning he's getting off about 150-ish DPS by just auto attacking. But if you use your Q, look at the time it takes to Q. How many auto attacks are you missing by using Q? Probably about 2 to 3 auto attacks that you could be doing in the time that you're doing Q. To me, I think the whole animation takes about a second, maybe a little bit longer than a second. So if you're doing a camp, it's going to take forever if you're constantly using Q every time it's up. Do you see? Compared to if you just auto attack and use your W. And I can just put on this. I'm not going to dodge these for right now. I'm just going to show you that you can do a lot more damage a lot faster if you simply just use your W and your Q. Or sorry, your W and your E, as well as auto attacks. You don't need to use Q. And the greatest part about Illidan is you can do these camps on just about any map, and he's one of the safest people to do camps for because you're not getting hit by just about anything. So you could pretty much go into camps and you can safely do camps without any issues. I don't know if I'm getting a visual bug. I am getting a visual bug. Either way, but you can do any camps at any level with Illidan pretty safely, purely because of the fact that he can auto attack, gain his life back, as well as you're not really risking anything. But if you're constantly using Q, you're getting less auto attacks. And the important thing to know about less auto attacks on Illidan is not just that you're doing less DPS, but you got to remember what's reducing your cooldowns. Every basic attack reduces your cooldown by 1 second. Meaning, if you're taking too long and you're missing 2 auto attacks every time you use a dive, that means that you're not getting evasion off as fast as you could. That means you're not getting sweeping strikes off as fast as you could, which sweeping strikes doesn't take any time. So, moral of the story, when you are trying to do a camp, or even if you're DPSing in lane, don't use Q. Use Q as an ability to get to your enemies that you're chasing, but don't use Q to do camps, and don't use Q to fight in minion waves. Use W and use E and use auto attacks so you can lower the cooldown of your W and E. You're going to do camps faster as well as camps safer at the same time. So if you have any other tips you'd like to add for Illidan, feel free to throw them below. I don't know if I'm going to do a guide video or anything else on Illidan. I just saw this coming up a lot and I really wanted to share it. So thank you.